Live on set, it's your boy Y-Dee, aka Serious Business. We live out here with the Back to the Source documentary with the homie Be Rich, A-Town. We're gonna dig into it. Let him introduce himself first. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How you
appreciate
doing?
you having me, man.
So
what's
good.
up to everybody in Senegal, Africa? I appreciate y'all checking in. We down here in Atlanta, man. This is where I'm born and raised. A lot of hip hop right now coming out in the world. It's coming from Atlanta. It's been doing it for the past 15 years, even probably longer.
Yeah. Good to be here.
Yeah, good to be here, man. Appreciate y'all coming out, checking out the city, man.
No doubt. We had to, because we look at the hip hop scene today. Definitely, A-Town is taking over.
Yeah,
like you said, over 15 years now.
Yeah, maybe even more. Yeah,
yeah, man.
Outkast, it's been longer, man. Really, to be honest.
Goody Mob.
Yeah, Goody Mob, Outkast, Ludacris, all that. Yeah.
Right. So, real quick though, can you bring it back to where it all started for you?
Yeah, if you don't know about me, my Instagram is BRich404, BRICH 404. My first artist that I made it big with was B.O.B. I discovered him at 15. Been managing him, still currently managing him. Then another big artist was Kevin Gates. I managed him for 5 years. Proud to say I was a big part of his career. Currently, I'm managing Bootsy Badass with him. I have a new artist named Tokyo Jets, and she's awesome. Also have an artist and a writer, London J, and London J has written 2 platinum singles. He wrote Bartier Cardi for collabed on that, helped write that, helped write Bad Baby. He's really doing his thing. He's also a dope artist. Got a new kid that's blowing up in Atlanta. His name's Lil Keed. He's something serious. Y'all will be hearing about him real soon. Keed. Right. Check him out.
All right. So what is like being a manager with all those artists together, having their own style, their own lane, and their own artistic direction?
And it's challenging because you have some artists that think one way, you have some artists that think another way, and just trying to manage and understand how to be effective and communicate properly, that's very, very hard because it's just different personalities. Yeah. Something you may say to one person, they may understand and take it the right way, and you say to another person, and they may take it totally wrong. So it's just learning how to master different personalities. Yeah. That's the key.
Are they all signed under major labels, or they all independent?
Most of them are. Tokyo Jet, she's independent right now, but she, got labels calling, knocking on her door. London J, he's independent, but he's like one of the hottest writers in the game and a dope artist. So he got people knocking on his door right now. Lil Keed, he just signed with Young Thug and 300, and they're calling right now trying to sign him, but he's already signed. Yeah. So got that going. What
do you think that pushing them to sign so quick without understanding what's really going on behind closed doors?
Well, a lot of these kids, they come up, man. They come up from nothing. They don't have anything. Mm-hmm. So they just want to make it out. And they believe in their talent enough to where they say, hey, I need to get on my feet. I need to get my family some money, and I need for the label to just get behind me, and I can do my thing. So some people are just signing to get out their situation. Yeah. And at first, you try to tell them to hold on, and you try to manage them and give them good advice on let's wait. But I mean, put yourself in.
That's like knocking on your hustle to them.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's like you have to take yourself out of your situation and put yourself in their shoes and say, some people live sleeping on the floor. Some people don't even have a place to stay. They're living in a car. Some people, are their moms, you know what I'm saying? Give me a paycheck.
They go through a lot.
So it's like I can understand.
Yeah.
And then me being a manager or someone that's like I'm not here to fund you or pay you. So I have to break that down, because if I did that, I'd be broke. Every artist I'm managing, I have to pay a rent, pay this. So when I come into a management agreement, I let them know, hey, I'm here to manage your career. I'm not here to take care of your living expenses. So I'll keep that up front, and I do understand. So when an artist makes a decision they want to sign right away to get some money, I understand. But what I do is when they do sign, I make sure their contract is on point. I make sure they have the best lawyer. I make sure that it's clauses in there that you have to put out the project by a certain time. If you don't, then we'll release. So I make sure when they're ready, it's just gonna be lower money, but the contract's gonna be okay because I'm behind them. Now, if you sign a contract without having a good manager or a good lawyer, that's dumb as fuck.
Because when you look at what you said, it's like no matter what the situation they go through, like that, every time when the first big check show up, it's like a dream coming true to them.
Yes.
It's like they thinking that, oh, I made it.
Yes.
Like, how do they manage to stay relevant? Because most of them don't know how to stay relevant.
So the whole thing is like when you sign, that's just the beginning. The hard work is just now about to start. Just because you sign a deal don't mean you made it. And a lot of artists get messed up and they sign a deal and they think, oh, they made it. Now you got to get out here, kiss baby, shake hands, introduce yourself. You got to get out here and grind. You got to get out here and make your brand known to the world. First you start off with your block, then you start off with the next block, then you start off with your city, then the next city, and you just grow. And then with today's social media, like it's all about content, and it's all about, you know, catching the right content where people can like your stuff and share it. So it's a lot of ways to be broken.
That's where I wanted to step on. You as a manager, what can you do for them in that situation?
I mean, I'm gonna write a book, man. It's gonna be called. I'm gonna write a book. I ain't gonna tell you the name of it now, but it's a lot to do, man. Things change every day. Like from when I broke B.O.B. 10 years ago, like it's totally different now. And when I broke, you know, Kevin Gates, and when we broke Kevin Gates, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, it's different now. So it's always different with the playlists, with the blogs, with the tastemakers, with everything. It's just a big difference, man. So now Instagram is the new A&R. A lot of labels are signing people off Instagram because you're popular, and they feel like, hey, we have the song makers and the producers to write you a hit. We want you to bring your movement.
Okay.
You know, so that's what a lot of people are doing.
Have you ever been on tour outside of America?
Yeah, I've been all over the world. I've been to in Africa. I've been to South Africa, and I've been to Nairobi, Kenya. I went there, and that's the only 2 places I've been in Africa. But I've been to Australia, New Zealand, UK, Dubai, Spain. I've been all over, man.
Who is the toughest artist that you ever managed?
The toughest?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the best and toughest is B.O.B. because he's a true artist. And what happened with him was he got so big so fast that it outshined his talent. He's one of the most dopest talented artists in the world, but then he had these big massive hits and people kind of like, oh, he's a pop artist, which he did become popular to the masses. But if you go dig into some of his work, like go listen to the Elements project, go listen to the latest project Naga he put out, and listen to what he's saying, he's pretty dope. But sometimes too much success can hurt you. And I think that's the case that kind of hurt Bob with us. But he's dope. He's one of the dopest artists, and he's you know, he's a very, he knows what he wants. He's a very deep thinker, and sometimes, you know, working with artists that are deep thinkers are kind of hard to work with. Not deal with, but and it's good in a sense.
You went on tour. You've been to many countries in the world. Yeah. Africa, America, Europe. Okay. Canada.
South America.
Yeah. I mean, like all those countries, continents, they got their own style of doing hip hop. What is that one thing that you learn when you start discovering them? Because it's totally different. Africa has its own style. America,
what I have learned, man, is like hip hop is universal. It's all about the drums, 808 bass sound, the snares, and it's all about the pattern. You know, it's different styles of hip hop, but it's still hip hop. And I noticed in Africa, a lot of hip hop artists are like starting to, like last time I went, they're starting to really make treadway because of Instagram, because of the internet, and it's jamming. Like I was just with Bob in Cancun, and he was playing a whole African playlist of African artists. I can't remember the names, but I know he told me that. But I just know it's popular. Yeah, and it's starting to reach. So yeah.
Because with this documentary called Back to the Soul, we're trying to bridge the gap between all those continents together, different countries, different artists from different areas, like to show everybody that hip hop is the only thing we have in common.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you think is the most powerful thing we can get out of it?
Hip hop is unity. Like, you know, you go to most of these concerts in America, at a hip hop concert, not a club concert,
Yeah.
and it's white kids, but it's black music. You understand what I'm saying? You go to Australia, which is not a lot of blacks there, and they're showing up in droves. You know, you go to Africa, you got a whole bunch of African kids there. You go to China or Korea, it's a whole bunch of Korean kids there. Like I was in Korea and they're singing Nothing on You and they don't even know how to speak English. But they just know, they hear the music.
Word for word.
Word for word.
Yeah.
Nothing on you. And you hear it, man, and it's like, so hip hop or music in general, like if you know, I know in other genres of music, I just say in music general just brings the world together. Music is a universal language. And talking about hip hop in synagogue in Atlanta, that makes it connect. That makes us connect with the black folks.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? I'm black. I know I'm light skinned as hell, but I'm black. So let's just make it clear. But yeah, the music brings everything into one. You know, so hip hop, man, it may be different languages, it may be different subjects, but it's still some drums and some rhyming.
After 40 plus years today, when you look at hip hop, what does it stand for you?
Hip hop stands for me is just like it's a cult. It's our culture, man. Where we come from. It's our news reporting. It's our news reporter. From what, like if I can listen to someone in synagogue, they can tell their story from where you're from. And if I listen to what you're saying, I can understand I can understand.
You can relate.
I can relate to where you're from. So yeah, it's our news reporter. Because a lot of times, you know, all these conscious rappers or you know, they say the news only shares certain things, but with these artists, they kind of show you the real. Like for NWA when they first came out, Ice Cube kept it real and let you know how Compton was. I never was Compton, but I kind of got to understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. What do you want everybody to know about? What do you want everybody to know about hip hop today that they don't know about? Especially if you have a message to the whole world that's watching this documentary right now, especially the younger generation that want to get into hip hop and, you know, to have a career and make some music for the world.
Well, I just want to say, hip hop changes lives. Hip hop changed my life. I went from being a corporate American guy, pharmaceutical sales rep, making a living, to really putting in some work and making millions of dollars and going across the world, meeting people like yourselves and meeting just a lot of people. So hip hop changes lives. That's hip hop can change your life if you really dedicated to it, you really put in the work, you really learn the business, learn how to make music and learn how to market yourself. It can really change your life. So that's what I would say. It changed your life. Look, you're from synagogue and you're sitting in my studio and you're in Atlanta and you're only here because of hip hop.
Word.
So it's universal, bro. Like I would have never thought I would be doing an interview and talking to the people of synagogue in Atlanta, Georgia.
You're talking to the world right now.
Talking to the world, from a publication from the synagogue.
Yep.
That's amazing to me.
One last question.
Yeah.
What is the most dangerous thing about this music industry? One word.
Perception.
Perception. Can you elaborate?
Because perception is everything. Like I could go on and pull out $10,000 right now in cash, just flash it in front of you, and that's dangerous. The reason it's dangerous is somebody that don't have anything can say, I'm finna find him and take that money because I don't have it, and they're hungry. So it's dangerous. It's dangerous when you put out a perception out there and you're not responsible. So if you put out the wrong perception, it could create a lot of things. Like for instance, I became a fan of this guy's, but it was because it was just, I was watching a train wreck ready to happen. 6ix9ine, that was very dangerous what he was doing, telling everybody to suck his dick, doing that, like, you know, disrespecting these people from a place you're not even from to troll, and that's the perception you want to put out. But you can tell he's a good kid inside if you talk to him, but he just got caught up in the.
I mean, not to say it's a good thing that happened to him, but if you was watching him, you knew that this day was gonna come.
Oh yeah, you knew that was coming. So the perception, that's what I mean by perception.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right, man.
Yeah. All right.
Live on set, back to the source.